Guys, how are you doing? So someone asked me a very good question. They said, Mark, so what have you learned within these past few years on your journey, of manifesting and creating your life? What have you learned about all of this stuff? You put so much information, so much empowering stuff. You have so much stuff about mindset, manifesting, lottery, all this stuff, and there's so many ways that you put out so people can use to change their lives. But what about you, Mark? What personally have you learned within the past few years? And if I thought about it, and the eye-opening moment came when I realized what I truly learned. And here's what it is. And this is so fascinating. Sitting here thinking about it right now, it's still very surreal. And here it is. I learned that my life is like a book. I tell stories. And not only me, but every single person has a story, man. But listen, here's the most trippiest thing about all of this. In books, they write stories that are fiction and then non-fiction. In the physical, or what we call perceived real world, and notice I said the world perceived real world, there is no such thing as fiction or non-fiction. They're all entangled, because your subconscious mind creates your story. That literally means you can be, have, become, achieve anything you desire. And I thought about this even deeper, and I analyzed through my life, and the one thing I noticed, I was like, wow, what I say in my head, I notice it replays in my real life. And when I tell myself something, either I'm empowering it or I'm a victim. And I kind of just watch through the past. I go back in the past, and this is the only time I use the past. I use the past for motivation or just to learn. And I look back at the past and it's like, man, I was really telling stories of my life. My subconscious believes that. And then now here's the most fascinating thing about that. So I got that figured out. I said, okay, so we're all telling ourselves stories. And I was like, okay, so how did I change my story? Now looking back in retrospect to where I'm at now, I said, how did I tell my story? You know what? It was so simple. All I did was I changed the narrative of my self-talk and my self-awareness. I started to tell myself a new story, man. At one point, even if I didn't believe it, I forced it until it became a belief. I tell myself what I want to achieve, what my life would look like, and it played out that exact way. So I always like to talk about big picture stuff. What's the big picture here? The big picture is that I realize, and here's where it took me. It led me to what's called my authentic self, or my higher self. And I realized that although my subconscious mind was generating, or is generating, this field of reality that I'm interacting with, there was a bigger player behind the scenes. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, is it a God? What is this person? Because through religion they teach you God and all this stuff. And I was like, well, is it God? And then I figured out, well, it can't be God, because what I put forth, it can't be a God what they create, because this God they create has judgment and all this stuff. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. Why would a creator make me in the image and then hold me imperfect, and he's perfect and he knows everything I'm going to do, but he can't stop it and can't help me. He just wants me to ruin my life and all that. So that didn't make sense to me. So I figured, okay, it can't be that then. And then I understood what it was. And the thing was, it was all along. It was me. It was me. I was the one that was creating my whole story and my life. I was the one giving myself permission or not giving myself permission. I was the one punishing myself or not punishing myself. There was nobody else outside of me, man. There was no God in the sky doing all this stuff to me. It was my observation, awareness, expectation, and belief unconsciously that drives my world. So I said, okay, I need to do more research on this stuff. I said, okay, I got to get deeper on this. Can I prove that this is true? Can I prove that my thoughts, my self is creating my world? And that's where I dove into the study and the science of quantum physics. And as I got into that, it created a whole new questions. And oh, wow, it got even deeper. And then it led me to the point to understand what all of this is, what reality is. And it's a profound shock and amazement, even today. And many of you guys follow me for years, and I'm sure many of you follow my teachings, and you are aware of some of this stuff. Maybe you're new here, but you see how fascinating it is that you can change your life just like that. So, okay, what it brought me up to is this, and I'll use this example. Hey guys, how you doing? And I'll use this example here to drive it home. So in quantum physics, everything exists in dimensions. There's probably infinite dimensions, but just for science sake and just to make sense of reality, they have about 13 dimensions, and that's through the study of what they call string theory, which binds, it's like the theory of relativity. But let's talk about these dimensions. And in the quantum world, a particle is always moving in and out of space, so going back and forth so fast. And where does it go? It goes into a dimension. You and I, remember now, you and I are made from that stuff, right? So even the cells in our body, nothing is ever at rest. We're constantly moving in and out of existence, and that's what you call, people call it parallel shifting or quantum jumping. But here's the thing about it. So we understand that we live in 3 dimensions, right? Regression. Someone asked me, have I experienced regression hypnosis? No, I haven't done the past life hypnosis yet, but I've gotten meditation to kind of figure out some of my past lives. I'll touch on that in a minute. So, all right, in the 3D world, we actually have 4 dimensions, because now we incorporate time. So we have up, down, left, right, back, forward, okay? Now check this out. And this is where it gets really trippy, and this is where it led me to my authentic self. Okay, so I'm speaking to you right now, right? I'm speaking physically, and you can hear me. But there's also this inner world that goes on. Like, look, I can close my eyes, and I can see the image of what I'm seeing right now. How can I see in my head when I have no eyes there? Also, I can speak a word right now, and I can hear it in my head. How can I hear in my so-called head and there's no ears there? So that kind of led me now and said, okay, man, something deep is going on here, man. So it doesn't make sense that I'm physically speaking, but yet I can shut this off and then I can do the same thing in my mind. So there have to be another dimension going on here. And now that's where it started to take me to now what's called my authentic or higher self. And when that light went off, I was like, whoa, this is real. And that led me to understand that I'm just a conscious being living in a perceived physical world. I'm just living in a story. I'm not even actually here. You're not even actually here. My consciousness is in another dimension, 5, 6, whatever. I don't know the dimension it's in. This is something beyond science. It's something we're catching up right now. But I know a fact is, though, that I can close my mouth and I can close my eyes and I can see, I can hear inside my mind. How is that possible? What is that being? What is that voice? What is that thing inside of me doing that? It is known as the authentic self. It's downloaded into us, and it uses our subconscious mind to create our reality. A part of that also developed in the frontal cortex, known as your ego. So once you can tap into that authentic self, that's when the game changes. And that's basically how it works for me, and that's basically what I teach, and that's basically how I'm helping people. I'm showing individuals how to become aware and how to tap into that self that exists, that science hasn't even caught up to. Is beginning to understand some of it, and some of the little tips of it is such superpowers that people have, such as ESP. Some people can astral travel. They can remote view. They can see what they call the future. That's just a tiny sample of things that we all experience as human beings that science is trying to figure out, but they just haven't caught up to it yet. So yeah, it's all about your story, people. So you have to sit down and you have to analyze and say, man, what story am I telling myself? Because the story we all have stories. Some of us have victim stories where we feel like the universe or the world is against us. That's a story. You know, Albert Einstein once said, one of the greatest, I think you can say one of the greatest physicists, one of them bright minds, and he said something very powerful. He said, you know what the most important thing is for human beings to understand is this: whether you believe you live in a universe that's designed to serve you, or whether you believe you're in a universe that's against you, either one of those will become your world. Greetings from Malaysia. Did you get that? You have to decide if this universe or this world is designed to help you, or is it designed to victimize you. Most people become victims because of the social conditioning of the world they live in, and that's the story their unconscious picks up and runs that play over and over, and it becomes a map of reality. A map of reality is the stuff we believe, the stuff we expect, the stuff we see, what we think about ourselves in our world. That's called a map of reality. All that is down in the unconscious mind. So that's the thing. That's it, guys. That's what I've learned about in these 4 or 5 years here, is that I have to know what story I'm telling myself. And the next thing is, it's so easy to change your story. That was the eye opener. I thought to myself, man, okay, now I discovered this stuff. Maybe it's going to be hard to change this stuff, because how this stuff stayed in me. And I realized that once I realized that, oh, my subconscious is so irrational. Keep that, remember that term, irrational. It means that it will literally believe and accept something as long as I can repeat it. You know, that's the secret. You got to be able to repeat to instill in the unconscious mind. And once I started to impress it with repetition, my life changed, my story changed, and I was like, oh man, that was the aha moment. And I was like, okay, so that's what life is about. Life is about what's the story you're telling yourself when you get up in the morning. We tell stories based on what we talk. We tell stories, remember, about what we see and what we hear inside our head. That's how we tell our stories, and our stories become our world. So someone who's having a bad time, or their world is not correct or right, they can literally change their story today, man. Someone has a question. In reality 99 intuition says, Mark, can you answer once again why before our winnings we do not get signs? Sometimes you get signs. You really do get signs before you win. It's just that you're not aware of it. But there's sometimes when things just seem quiet, or maybe you're not seeing any signs. That's when everything is changing. Energies are changing. When energies are changing, it's looking like nothing's happening. But you gotta remember what I said, right? In the quantum world, because we are quantum. In quantum, nothing's ever at rest. Things are working behind the scenes, but we can't see them. So sometimes before something big happens or something great happens, it seems like you're stuck or nothing's happening. That's actually a great sign. It's saying that things are shifting. That's just how the energy of creation or manifesting work, right? Natalie says, I asked for confirmation. All stops now for me too. I experienced that before when I would win or when I would play. And there were times keep in mind now, these spurts can last for months, for weeks. For me, it lasts for months. I was at a point where it was like 3-4 months where nothing was happening. Everything was like chilled and quiet, and then all of a sudden, boom, it changed, and I won. So it's natural to do that with everything you're going to create. See, that's what I'm talking about. Stuff like this. There's no book or module on teaching people how life works, and this is how life works, guys. Gotta remember that. But look, this only works. Let me repeat this. This only works if you believe it. You ever hear that saying? Whether you believe you're right or wrong, you're right. See that? So this comes down to, what do you believe? So, I choose to believe I'm in a friendly universe that's designed to serve me. And that's what I'm getting. What do you believe? You have to change your belief despite your circumstances, despite whatever's happening in your life. You have to change your belief. If you can't change your belief, you're going to be controlled by your unconscious beliefs that were stored from when you were a kid. See that? Someone says, Reality 99, it goes silent. Personally, I remind myself that I am not manifesting signs, but my actual desire. So if I see signs, that's a nice bonus, but I don't need to see them to know my desire is obviously on the way. That's a great point for the real, who's this, the real Linda Align. Linda makes a great point here, and this is what I caution individuals to do. You have to remember, you're not manifesting synchronicities or signs. You're manifesting what you want. So don't try to look for the signs or the synchronicities, because your brain is gonna generate those. Just be in the moment and expect, or be open for your desire. So a lot of individuals, well, I'm looking for the 8s and the 9s. Don't do that, because you're just going to manifest signs. The signs are going to come regardless. It's just how the nature of reality in the universe works. Just be open for what you want, and it'll come to you in the perfect way. Now look, there's something else you got to understand, right? How does your brain, the frontal lobe part of your brain work? The part we use right now, our ego. 99%, I'll go as high as 99% of people don't understand how their mind works. The frontal part, their conscious thinking, logical, they have no idea how that works. They're just being taken for a ride by their own thoughts and mind. And the thing you have to understand about the frontal part of the mind, which is called the conscious, the awareness, the intelligence, or we call it the ego, the self. Actually, your ego is your representative. It's not your authentic self. Use like a CEO. The authentic self would be the CEO that runs the company, and your ego would be like the manager or the general manager or whatever you want to call it. But the frontal part of the mind, the ego, you have to understand the lack it has. The first lack is this: it can't see the full spectrum of what you want. That alone right there is a big red flag for you to understand. This is why so many people, this is why so many of us struggle, because we're trying to figure out how to get what we want. That's the mind tripping upon itself. So if it can't get to what it wants, it is going to struggle. Natsumasa says, we have to believe, forget, but still have in the back of your head. Yes, that's the perfect alignment to manifest. Believe, well, you know what I mean by forget. Forget means not, it's there, but you're not harping on it, you're not hyping on it. Is there a difference, brother of the cigar says, is there a difference to have the ask affirmations on low volume mass by the theta beats on auto hypnosis, or can one have the volume so you can hear the affirmations while the music is playing? Does not matter. Does not matter. Subconscious mind can pick up anything. It's up to your preference. I personally do mines with the mask because I can sleep. I can't, sometimes you can't sleep if you're just listening to your affirmations, so you can turn them down low, but it doesn't matter. It's your preference. Now, when you're awake, I suggest you can use the spoken one, but when you're definitely going to sleep, you want to have them masked so you can get by your critical divide while you're sleeping. Wexler asks, do we have soulmates? Can we attract them? How? I believe everything is already set up. Because remember, guys, remember what I just said, right? And now neuroscience is showing us this. Quantum physics is showing us this. That there's a higher part of us, an authentic part of us, that exists outside of this 3D world. Science is now showing that now. So They're on the brink of that. We understand how the brain works. We understand how thoughts produce. We know where they are. And we understand the electromagnetic functions of thought waves. How that they're not actually in the brain. They're around us. So we're getting a lot of stuff pointed to us now. So this is what I believe. I believe that first of all, you know that you can't create this. The universe has no beginning or end, right? You know that, right? The Big Bang was just a chapter in a book, an endless book. So don't even try to figure out, because your mind can't figure out a big. There's no end. We are humans. Our frontal lobe. So that's a fact. Okay, the universe has no beginning or end. All right. If there's no beginning or end, you and I are infinite, eternal. Our energy, our consciousness, the awareness. Remember I said when you close your eyes, you can see in your head and talk. That thing in your head, that's you. So when the body decays, the physical body goes, that awareness and that consciousness is back out into the space-time spectrum of the universe. That's who you are. So I believe that we all come back here, this planet, another parallel planet, but this is a forever cycle. So I think we set up meetings, interactions, connections with people we meet. So what does that mean? It means that literally nobody you've met or come in contact is by coincidence. It was all arranged somehow. So to answer Awexler's point, I do believe you have connections with people that you've set up to meet. So if you want to call them soulmate or whatever, it's something you guys set up. So it is out there. Now, how can you attract them? There's nothing that you can do to put it in, because it was already set up for you. All you have to do is allow space for them to come to you by releasing resistance, because it was already set up for you, right? Good. Let me go back, get some more questions here, but let me go back to the mind. So the mind is very limited, okay? The ego part of the mind. Also, what is the next downfall of the mind? It can only perceive from your past to try to determine the future with the limitation perspective. So my point is, you cannot trust your mind. When you can't see your desires, it's okay. It's normal. When you can't figure out how you're going to get this stuff, it's normal. When you get doubt, it's all normal. It's a protective mechanism that the mind uses to keep you safe, because it kind of glitches. So that's normal. So normal means relax. Don't focus on it. You have to be open, man. You have to know that there is a higher power working with you. You have to have the faith to know that what you want is going to manifest. You have to be certain down the line it's going to come to you in a way. That's how all this stuff works. Does weed affect manifesting? Yes. Too much weed can affect your cognitive ability to manifest. But if you balance, you'll be okay. Too much of anything can affect anything. Someone says that new profile picture is clean though. Thanks. Rosie. Hi Mark, I had a dream 3 months ago of the 6 numbers. After I asked my higher self, also in that dream, I called you to tell you I have won. We'll play till I experience this win. So that Rosie, you've already won, and that's a premonition dream. And that goes into the higher self. So if you're wondering, guys, like with the lottery and all that stuff, how do I achieve a lot of stuff? It's through that higher self, is an authentic self I plug into all the time. Because remember, it's from somewhere else. It's another dimension. 5D, 6D. I can't tell you the dimension. I don't have that knowledge, what dimension, but I know it's not in the 4-dimensional space-time. Because 4-dimensional space is where I can speak and out. But in my head, I can hear and see. And that doesn't, that part of my consciousness does not obey the same laws as quantum physics. So that means it's another dimension, a whole new era of maybe science that we haven't even touched on yet. See that? Yep, I am believing. So we got to be Mark's most loyal students. Yes, all of you guys are. I see all of you guys here following me for so long, and all of you guys. I mean, look, the messages I get, man. So you can see them all over my YouTube channel. This stuff is really helping. It's working in your favor because you guys are applying it now. Is it okay? Someone asked me, is it okay not to play the lottery every day just when I feel like it? I'm in the knowing state. I just believe weed keeps me from being being my higher self. All right, yeah, so this is an interesting question. I got this a lot. So here's my take on it. Now, each person creates their own reality, right? So for me, this is what worked for me. I would play consistently or frequently. That's how I won. But there were also times, sporadically, where I didn't play for a little bit, and then I failed to play, and I also won. So I think this goes into your feelings or your authentic self, the way your mind is set up, the way your authentic self is set up. So it's all about the feeling I go with. If you feel that you don't have to play every day, don't. If you feel you only have the urge to play, that's when you play. So this is just about your authentic self leading the way. So it just depends on your awareness. So it's not one size doesn't fit all, so to speak. Remember, this is a blueprint. A blueprint is a basic schematic, and then you take it and then you basically customize it to your unique way you want to manifest in your life. That's the beauty of all this stuff. There's so many ways you can do this, but you have to customize it and tailor it to fit your unique. Because all of us, even though we have the same schematic blueprints, but we all have our unique ways that our bodies and our minds are accustomed to doing things. That's right, we all met here for a reason. Wife Sofa says, can you please teach us about fear? What is there to teach about fear? So fear, evidently, false events appearing real. So what is fear in its core component? Fear in its core component is the mind attempting to keep you safe. That's all you have to remember. When you want to go for your dreams and goals and you haven't done it, your mind will prevent you, even if it's something that's going to make you happy. That's what fear is. Now, the interesting thing about fear is sometimes you have to push through your fear to get to where you want to go. So you can't let fear cripple you. So you have to understand that fear isn't real. Remember, false events appearing real. Think about when we have fear. And to show you this, to drive it home. And what I do is this: when I encounter fear, I always bring myself centered to the moment. And when I'm in the moment, I realize it's not happening now. So my advice is, if it ain't happening now, it's a lie when it comes to fear. And that's the best thing to do. It's a projection in the mind. So it's just what you remember, guys. The reason your mind will always think of the worst is not because your mind hates you. Your mind just wants to protect itself, and it uses the past and uses just things to put it, because it knows it has an emotional effect on your body. See? Hey, Wexler, thanks, Mark. Look out for my podcast episode with Mark on Within the Game. It's a good one. Yes, and I'm going to also upload that one to, I think, maybe Friday. Hey, Wexler, you sent me that download. It's a very good podcast. Look out for it, guys. How about memories? Memories are the same thing. Your memories aren't even stored in your brain. They discovered memories are stored outside. There's no place in the brain they can find where memory is stored. There's no neurological connection or parts in the brain. In other words, there is no precise location where they can map down and say this is where memory is stored. Memory is like a hologram all around you. You see, when you project your memory, you're actually projecting it around you. That's what they have come to discover. But the thing about memory is, our memories can also deceive us. You got to remember, you can't even trust your own memories because the brain distorts to put things to match. So the thing about memory is, look, if you have a bad memory you don't like, you can change the perception of that memory, so your subconscious will change the map of reality of that memory. You can actually do that. Jordan Smith asks, hi Mark, how do you connect with the superconscious mind to acquire knowledge for my career? You go through the higher self. You connect to your authentic self. So how do I connect to my authentic self? Number one, you have to believe that there is a higher part of you that's feeding you information. And you can see evidence of that by your intuition. Once you accept and believe that, now you clear the resistance, the space, and then you can have a channel with your authentic self. You can talk with it, can ask question formats, you can ask for signs, and you can tell it to give you dreams. You can ask it to guide you. It will. Now, okay, one of the best ways to connect to your authentic self is through meditation. So if you want to connect, meditation. What kind of meditation? A meditation where you just quiet the mind and listen to the body. If you have difficulty focusing or concentrating, then you can put yourself, see like yourself in an aura with colors, and just observe that. But it's meditation. Meditation will open up the channel for you to get more clear insights with your authentic self. Meditation will heighten your awareness, heighten your intuition. It does a lot. It reduces your blood pressure. It creates more positive. Meditation is something that we should do as often as possible. Nat Samisa asks, can we only talk with the subconscious only by hypnosis? No, you can talk to your subconscious right now, but here's the thing though. Hypnosis is the most effective and easiest time-wise way to get to your subconscious. With hypnosis, you can change your subconscious like that. With talking to yourself, you can change it, but it could take months or years to do it. And you have to be consistent. So that's the thing about the subconscious. With auto-hypnosis, it'll take about 3 months. With hypnotherapy or hypnosis, it could take a few days or instant, depending on your ability to believe and open for ideas. Okay. If you not play every day, then ego comes in saying, maybe you will win, better play. Yes, that happens, but again, see, that's where you have to understand the difference, the voices. There's going to be different voices. That's where you have to differentiate between your ego voice and your higher self voice. Because your ego will say that. It will say, oh, you haven't played in a while, maybe you need to play. And then you know that, okay, that's just the ego being conditioned to do something. And then you got to listen to the other voice which says, no, relax. So you got to balance that out. Does it see how that works? Does that make sense? Wonderful energy here. Thank you. Yes, it is. Thank you. Gadesa Ba. You guys are awesome. How to be brave. You have to face your fear. You have to push through the fear. You have to learn. Look, so, okay. Everything you want is on the other side of your fears and your doubts. Remember that. All your desires will be on the other side of your fear, doubts, and worries. Because your mind don't want you to go there because it hasn't been there and wants to protect you. So it means that you're going to have to take some calculated risk. You're going to have to start to learn to become uncomfortable, make uncomfortable comfortable. Because this is how you're going to grow, and this is how you're going to change the map of reality in your subconscious mind. So you're going to have to take a leap of faith. At some point, I took a leap of faith when I did this. You know my story. So you have to take a leap of faith. That's how you're going to face fear, and that's how you're going to be brave. And then think about it. What is your ROI? I call it return on investment. What is your return on investment for facing your fear? Is it when you look at the life you have right now and the life you want to achieve, you have to ask, okay, is it worth it for me to go take that risk, to go follow this feeling? And then you look at the big picture. Will I get this? I think it's worth it, right? And that should push you to do it. But anything you're going to do, it's not going to be like a walk in the park, like, oh, because remember, your mind is involved in this stuff, and you're the one that's in charge to affect and change the field and change the mind. So there's going to be a point where you're going to meet a point in the road where you're going to have to take a calculated risk. You're going to have to take a life-changing thing. You have to go out on faith. That's all part of growing and getting into your purpose. Lena says, Mark, I've been listening to money subliminals and doing affirmations for months. But my reality is a mess, money-wise. I stay positive and ignore it as much as possible. What else can I do? All right, so you're doing something, maybe you need some tweaking here. So if you're going to be listening to money subliminals and everything, you have to make sure you're listening to these ones that are theta state, and they are mainly masked and only while sleeping. And you have to do them effective for 90 days, okay? The next thing is, remember, whenever we change, and we have to change new momentum. So it's going to look like things are getting worse before they get better. So that's actually a good thing. things not going to instantly change like that, because remember, we pre-create our reality, right? So what we're experiencing right now is what we've made months and years ago. Keep that in mind. These are things we put in our head. So our reality always has a lag. It's not like an instant thing. So what I'm experiencing right today at this moment is what I've created maybe a year ago. Okay? Because it takes, remember now, when something is moving, the old pattern, if you want to create a new pattern, it has to stop so you can pick up a new momentum. So this is what you may experience. You may experience like, man, I've been doing this for so many months, but it's still the same thing happening, because it's going to take time for the new reality to set in. The old reality has to slow down. The momentum has to stop, and then the new reality picks up. So this is where the patience and the persistence pays off. Like whatever you're doing and you truly want it, do not give up. Even if you don't know how it's going to happen, do not give up. You got to believe it. You got to keep believing it. If you can't, you got to force the belief. You got to try to believe. You got to impress it. Even your ego is telling you it ain't going to happen, you still got to go. You still got to go. Because you don't, the ego is what you want to bypass. You want to get to your unconscious. And once you can tap that part, man, and you impress it with repetition, it's going to change your world. I can guarantee you it. See how it works? What does it mean by mask? Mask means it's hidden from your conscious and your ego and your critical divide to hear. In other words, you can't hear the words, but your unconscious can pick up the words. That's what mass subliminals mean. Mark, this is from Bashkar Bar. Hi Mark, what do you think about spiritual world? Thanks for everything. Love you all. What do I think about the spiritual world? I mean, listen, everything is a spiritual world. Quantum physics shows us that. In quantum physics, there cannot be a material world. It's impossible. It doesn't exist. From a spiritual world comes what we perceive as a physical world. Spiritual now just means non-physical. Okay, guys? So, you and I we'll never know what true reality is. You can't observe it. You can't see it. We only can see what we're seeing is a figment or a cognitive distortion of our field of information by our brain. That's what our world is. It's in our head. It's inside of us. And what happens is we see physical worlds around us because of senses, inputs, different energy, dense, light. And these are all coming through nerve cells that we touch and we feel. Our brain registers these things, colors, all of that. Those are perceptual illusions. When you go into the ingredients of life or matter is what we call reality. When I say matter, when you break matter down to its bare component, it's nothing but space. Think about that. The atom is around 99% empty space. That thing that creates life in all of us. So our real world is actually more transition or transparent than physical. Think about that. If something is transparent, you can go like this through it. That's why I said it's so easy that you can change your life. Someone asked, Mr. Haughton, is asking for a loan considered a lack mindset? No. Asking for what you want is an abundant mindset. You have to be able to ask for what you want. A lack mindset is, what is a lack mindset, right? Versus an abundant mindset. An abundant mind, let's talk about abundant mindset. Abundant mindset is seeing big picture, is being optimistic, is seeing the glass half full. A lack mindset is seeing the glass half empty. That's the easiest way I can put that to you. See how it works? You all want, remember, an abundant mindset, guys, is not only money, okay? Money is just a fraction of an abundant mindset. You got to remember that. When we talk about abundance, people think it's all about money. Money is just a fraction of that. Abundant mindset means abundance in health, abundance in your happiness, and then money comes incorporated with that. So abundant mindset takes all compass of gratitude, everything about that, right? So keep that in mind. Who's this? While Sophia says, I want a what? A gal? But I always feel it'll never happen. I'm still struggling with that. What do you mean? Hey, how you doing? My family thinks I'm crazy. Hereno says, my family thinks I'm crazy because I'm awake. That's something that when you become awake and you become aware, you're going to struggle with. The majority of your peers may, some of them may shun you, some of them may look at you weird, some of them may just be confused and they don't understand. But people, you got to think about this. Look, you got to think about this. It's like, remember, majority of the population is asleep mentally, awareness-wise, okay? Majority of the population have been set up and programmed through their unconscious mind to see the world a certain way. So look at it from their perspective. If you come in and you're seeing the world as it is, they're going to look at you like you're crazy, right? Because they are all tied into the same consciousness. So it's normal to experience that, but you have to be aware and have empathy to know that most of these people are just, they don't know any better because they haven't been awakened yet. So it's quite normal. Yep, and you're not crazy. We got Sandman 21578. Spiritual realm is more real than this condensed down energy we call matter. Matter is energy slowed down to matter. That's correct. Yep. Everything comes from the spiritual or the non-physical world. From the non-physical creates what we call physical world, and we all know that. We know that even you and I are just at the rate we vibrate. We're the dense, or we're the light energy, fast moving or slow down energy, and that's how our brain does the best to make it into physical world. Reality 99 intuition. Mark, heart brain coherence is needed for manifestation. Correct. This is the feeling like already happened. Yes. So every time we manifest, it's heart and mind, heart and brain. So look, here's what you know. When I talk about the subconscious, here's what you need to know about the subconscious. Okay, the subconscious, when it gives off information. All right. So when you have a feeling or emotion, the originator is the subconscious. But when you feel the feeling, it's from the heart. So someone's asked me, well, Mike, how do you manifest with the heart? You do the heart every day by feeling. The subconscious originates. So don't think like your subconscious is the one that's giving you the emotional. It starts it. When you feel the actual emotion, it's the heart. Happiness, all type of emotional feelings are coming from the heart. The starter is the subconscious. The feeling is the heart. So yes, heart and brain coherence. Thank you all as well. Love and appreciate your posts. Thank you. Sandman, Greg Braden found out that we all have God's DNA written in our DNA. And I heard that somewhere else, which is interesting. Yes, what is it? Chromosome. Forgot the chromosome name, but I made it visible. It's not in my head right now. The chromosomes, yes. Some chromosomes are missing, and they found chromosomes that could not originate naturally, and it was altered. Junk DNA. It said God particles falling apart. We call it junk DNA. Where can you find good subliminals? You can find good subliminals on my YouTube channel. I got a lot of them on there. Mark Haughton and Deliberate Creators. You can find them there. We are all you guys are very powerful manifestors if you can only just believe in yourself. If you start to believe in yourself, you will have anything and everything. That's how it comes down to it. And look, when I say believe in yourself doesn't mean that you have to go and try to figure out how this whole thing is going to happen. Believe in yourself is one step at a time. Believe in yourself is that trusting and knowing that things are going to work out for you. that there is a way that amazing things can happen for you, that you trust, and there's a higher source, and there's something working to help you, and you live in a universe that's designed to serve you, and that you deserve what you want. That's what I call believe in yourself. When you can do that, that's when you start to shift things into your favor. See that how it works? Doubts are the same thing. Doubts are a part of the mind protecting you. You're going to always have doubts, because the mind, the thing about the mind is the mind likes to make things certain. It has to know something, and that's impossible, because nothing is certain. Everything is uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen right next moment. Things can happen. Uncertainty is actually a great thing, because that gives you more power to create and control and just to appreciate, because the more you think, what do you focus on, you're going to attract and invite it, and it's going to come into your life, whether you want it or not. That's just how this stuff works, man. Like whatever you're 90% thinking of, that's what you're 90% guaranteed to experience that. It's having undeniable faith, like how we know the sun will rise in the morning, seeing past doubt, which is the opposite of faith. That is correct. That's the exact way faith works. Is you go to bed every night and you know the sun is going to rise, even though you can't physically go see the sun. You see an image of the sun, even though the sun could explode at any minute, and maybe 8 minutes before we realize the sun is gone. But we all know that you don't worry about it. You go to bed and you know that tomorrow when you get up, you're going to see the sun. That's what faith is like. It's that blind trust in the process. Faith is basically, when I talk about have faith, I mean you have to be able to trust the process. You have to be able to trust the creative process of how this stuff comes into existence. There's a gestation for everything, growing period for everything. Everything has cycles, from a seed to a tree. You're the same way. Someone says, free C21. How was Jamaica, Mark? Did you get any inspiration with your visit? Yes, Jamaica was very good. Got a lot of new insights, downloads, so it's very good. I think my next trip is Egypt. That'll be sometime after the new year. So what I'll do when I travel, I take you guys with me. I'll take videos, put them up on my stories, and post them so you can come along. So, you know, so you can see the sights as well. I think that's a very fascinating thing. All right? How do you what? How you dream and remember them? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is look. You dream every night. When you remember a dream, it's a message. So if there's something that you want to dream about specifically, you can write it down. Say, look, I like to dream about this. Think about what you like to dream about. You'll dream it. Some individuals, they say, man, Mark, I don't dream. I can't remember it. You dream, but the dreams you're dreaming, they're just gibberish. When the dream is, when you have a message, you remember it in your dream. That's coming from that other world, that other realm, right? Other thing. Someone was asking me this too the other day. They're like, man, is there a way I can guarantee I'm going to get what I desire? Someone asked me that. Is this a guaranteed thing, man? And the answer is 100% yes. This is guaranteed. So, Mark, how can you guarantee you're going to get what you want? I guaranteed I got what I want years ago, right? And continue to guarantee what I'm going to get right now, because there's something I practice, and it's called certainty. See, the more certain I am that I'm going to get what I want, I guarantee I'm going to get it. That's all you got to get that. So you got to be certain that you're going to get what you want. Trick though is, when I apply certainty, I don't apply a how or where or a when I'm going to get it. See that? I just know I am going to get it. It has to come into my manifestation. It has to come into my life. That's certainty. Kind of with the sun, like I'm certain, about 99% certain the sun's going to come up tomorrow, right? So it's something like that you gotta put in your head. And even though and the best time to practice certainty is when things are low, when things aren't going your way, because I think that creates more powerful belief system in your subconscious, because your ego is looking around and seeing all this chaos and, man, ain't no way this is gonna happen. That's when you gotta put on your certainty hat. Go, bam, put on that certainty hat and say, listen, it's gonna happen, I'm certain. The ego says, man, how do you know? You don't have any proof. I don't need proof. I just know it's gonna happen. You gotta tell the ego that all the time. And that's how you're gonna build, that's how you're gonna get what you want. Marty Collins. Hey Marty, thanks for sharing your world with us. It lets me know that I can do the same thing. You inspire us all. Thank you. You guys inspire me too. Seeing you guys doing your thing and being successful and just helping each other, that's very inspiring. In Reality 99 says, as a child I always knew I would, and look where that led me today. Good. See? Well, wife of Sophia says, Mark, aren't you scared? It's just a question. What's the question, why Sophia? What am I scared of? What? I don't understand. I know the universe is delivering all my desires to my experience. That's correct. Cat Club 77. I'm the source of my abundance 888. That's right, Cat Club. Why my life is so happy and harmonious. There you go. Those are your chants right there. Those are your affirmations right there. Spiritual sent a request to be in your video. Let's see who we have here. Spiritual Kent. All right. It's always good to have. Let's see.
Hey Mark,
Hey,
how's it going?
how's it going, my friend?
Not much, just enjoying some of this beautiful. I'm at the lake right now.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
like your shades, man.
Appreciate that.
So what's going on?
Nothing much. I have a question. So, I've been seeing a lot of 888 lately, and
Uh-huh.
I actually have it on my wallpaper on my iPhone, and so
Yeah.
I've seen it a lot, and I still have some of those disbelief, like this belief that I have, like self-sabotaging myself sometimes, and my question is, like, what are some ways that I can, like, remove some of my my disempowering beliefs?
All right. By the way, man, that lake sounds good. I hear the wind in the background blowing. So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. So look, first thing you have to understand is this, all right? We cannot go without, I mean, I can't get up every day and be optimistic and positive. Disbelief and resentment is a part of the process. So you got to remember, it means you're normal if you're having it, all right? Now, here's where the issue comes in. Are these disbeliefs taking you away from focusing on what you want? Or are they just like bumps in the road? They're little bumps in the road, you can put them away and know it's normal. And say, you can tell your mind, you can just literally tell your mind, relax. It's on the way. I know it's going to happen. But if they are like taking you away and you start to get into them and you start to buy into them and they're like, man, and you're like looking for evidence and all that stuff, then you have to stop. So my advice for you is this. The best way to do this stuff is to stop looking for the results and start living as if it's done. Feeling wise though, feeling. What does it mean? Living as if it's done, man, is just being happy, knowing it's going to come, and then focusing on that mental image over and over again. And you have to be able to talk to your mind. So your mind is natural. Look, we're human beings, man. We like to, the mind likes to look for proof and evidence. But remember what I said earlier. I said the part of the brain that does not, the frontal cortex, the cognitive mind, it is limited. So that knowledge alone should give you the empowerment to understand, like, oh, this is just my brain trying to figure out the next step. And the result of that cannot figure it out is the doubt I get, is the resentment I get. So that's what that's what you're getting. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. It's just something the brain uses to make sense of what it can't see. Because you're projecting right now what you want, and the brain can't catch up to it. Your brain's like, "Whoa, you're going too far, man. I can't see us doing that stuff." Because you have big dreams and you're going there. The brain is like, "Nah, I'm not comfortable," so it tries to pull you back. That's what's happening. So you just have to continue to just feed it positive stuff, and it's gonna happen. If you're seeing the eights a lot, it means that you're manifesting something financially, maybe money wise or abundance wise. So that's a sign it's gonna come. So that's a great sign. But we've all experienced that before. But you gotta remember, man. Remember how reality works, right? Remember that you are the creator of this stuff. You are in charge here. So, despite what your mind is telling you, you make the final call.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think with me it was like when I would see those signs and I will see like some opportunities will come, I would get anxious. Like I would have a lot of anxious about seeing 888s and what's to come. And I know that with me when I get anxious like that, I usually, sabotage myself of receiving that abundance.
Okay. So look. So here's what's happening, man. So when the anxiousness is the subconscious resisting. So um, it means you still have some doubts or lack in there. So what are you doing to impress your subconscious mind? Are you doing any work?
Yes, I'm doing. I meditate in the morning, and then I also do my journaling, and at night before I go to bed. And I also do like every now and then I do subliminals. I was listening.
Boom. All right, listen. That's the problem. Journaling and meditation are great to inspire you and to keep you focused, but they will not, let me repeat it, guys. Journaling and meditation will not remove subconscious blocks and limiting beliefs. You're going to have to get on those subliminals consistently every night while asleep for 90 days. That anxiousness will go away and you won't sabotage yourself. That's the issue. That's what's stopping you, man. You gotta put up the subliminal game on the top.
Okay.
I can guarantee if you do that, in maybe less than a month, you'll see huge results. But you got to do them every night while sleeping. Still do your journaling, or if you want to do meditation, good. But the subliminals, because what you just mentioned to me, the anxiousness is telling me that there is still resistance, or the subconscious don't believe you deserve it fully. That's why you sabotage yourself. So you got to go fix that. The only way to fix that is through auto hypnosis, self hypnosis, hypnotherapy, and auto hypnosis is when you use subliminals. So that should be number one on your list. Subliminals, then you can do journal and then meditation somewhere.
Okay. Appreciate that, Mark. Thank you.
Cool, man. All right, man.
All right. You have a good one.
You too. See ya. Let's see if we get one more person here. I don't know how to cut this off, but let's see. Someone wants to join in here. All right. You know how to disconnect?
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So, guys. Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey, can you hear me?
yes, can you hear me?
It's like it's choppy, but what's up, man?
Oh, I didn't realize I was on here. Well, anyways, how are you doing, Mark? How's your vacation?
Good. How are you doing? I'm good. Good. Everyone has shades on today.
I'm playing lottery right now.
Yeah.
It's sad because this is the only day of the week my internet just like went down, and it comes back tomorrow for some odd reason. That's inconvenient.
I can hear you though. I can hear you. It's a little choppy, but I can hear. So, what'd you get? Did you win?
Um, not. I mean, I've been winning like crazy. Like ever since I followed.
Yeah.
Hold on, I just got these on because I don't like the sunlight. But I mean, I like the sunlight.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've been following you for like, it's been like 3 years or something like that. But
Yeah.
I was doing the 9 to 5 thing, and then I started doing eBay because I was like, I'm gonna devote my energy to eBay, and
Yeah.
I started making more money than I was making doing the 9 to 5. So I was like, I'm gonna continue doing this, and then I started applying your subliminals.
Ah.
I actually have a YouTube channel with a buddy, and it's called like like Lynn Entertain or Publishing something. Anyway, so I'm the one that's always talking to you on there. But
Oh, okay.
so,
Good.
anyways, the moral of the story is I've been winning a lot though. I've been winning a tremendous amount.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Good.
Awesome. I was like, it popped up, and I was like, is that Mark? I was like, is that me on Mark's fan? I was like, what? I think my girlfriend
Hey.
told me that you were on, and I was like, well, let me Mark. That's what I usually do when you get on. And then I happen to pop up on the screen. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, so how's your vacation? I'm gonna wrap
It
it
was
up.
good. It was good. I got back, man. I got back. I'm going to Egypt next though, probably next year. But I'm gonna take you guys with me. I'm gonna do a lot of vlogs when I travel, so you guys can be there.
We definitely appreciate the journey. We definitely appreciate you responding to our
Yeah,
good advice.
definitely. You know what? So look, I want to use what you just said as an example because I was talking about this earlier, right? And this is what I want to show the viewers here, our audience here.
Yeah.
Um, so what you guys are witnessing here with my friend here is he's connected to his authentic self. See, when I told you guys, I said there's this part of you that exists outside. Once you can tap into that, then you can find different ways, avenues, and he just proved that to you. He used to work a 9 to 5.
Used
Now
to.
guess what he's doing?
Check
He's
this out.
making his own money,
I
doing
put
his
this
own
on the
thing.
wall.
Look at that. See that, guys? All of you can achieve that. I know the internet's lagging a little bit here, but the point is this, that when you plug in, you can do, achieve anything you want. There's nothing that's going to stop you, but you have to know to plug in because remember your authentic self, guys, has whatever infinite channels. Keyword infinite channels to get you what you desire. Hey, we're lagging here, so let me see if I can take someone else to the internet. But I'm glad you came on. See, I got the Portugal experience. Maybe you can log off. But guys, the point is, empowerment comes when you can get into that dimension. Now you see what I'm talking about, right? That's the power you have when you can get into that. Let's see here. Someone else wants to go. Let's see. Take one more and then I'll have to go for the day. I had been asking higher self for winning numbers. Instead, I dreamt winning numbers. We have, who we have here? Okay. Maybe get one more in. And can I jump in, Mark? Oh, this is Joe. Portugal experience. I was tempting, but I'm not getting you in it. Joe, I'll get you in a second, Joe. Let's see. Okay, so you can't join. She can't. Okay, let's see, Joe. Let's see if I get Joe Andrews here. Joe, where you at, Joe? A little time here, man. All right, Joe. Connecting with Joe.
Yo, Mark. How is
What's
it?
up, man?
Good. I'm fine. It's a long time.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I do my best. I try my best. Nice to meet you now.
Good. Where are you in? Holland, right?
In Holland, Rotterdam.
Oh, man. Oh, but you got the Yankees hat, too?
Yes, yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it. Yes,
So talk
Mark.
to me, man. What's up, man?
To the podcast and the journey.
Yeah.
It's right now for me. Is it like it's done? It's already done. Every day I'm sleeping, I wake up. It's like lucid dreaming, and I'm in it now. Right now, it's like
Uh,
it's already done. The lottery number is already done. I've checked already before seven in the night, and I
yeah.
see the same numbers. And every day when I scroll to social media, I see
Yeah.
the same symbols, the same structure of everything
Uh,
on my mobile phone. It's
oh, yeah.
crazy. Everything is done. It's been through in me.
All right, Joe, look. So what
Yeah.
I want to show the audience, I want to show the audience something about you, right? So listen.
Yes.
So guys, I want to show you something about Joe here. So Joe has this unique ability to be fully present. A lot of the stuff he talks and does, he actually acts and believes they're
Yes.
already done now.
True.
So that's important for you guys to the concept to understand because he will manifest or he's going to manifest what he desires a lot faster because he has convinced his mind, which is the subconscious. Remember, it's illogical. that it's done. So if he stays in that moment, what he's doing right now, that's where you'll see the results coming. And that's the thing to do. Now look, let me say this too. Let me say this. Hold up, Joe. Let me say this.
Okay, sorry.
Your regular mind will fight you from this because remember now, the ego does not like the present moment. It fights the present moment because it cannot control the present. Remember now, when you're in the present, you're in infinity. You're in unlimited possibilities. You're in the now. That's where everything creates. And all that information floods your conscious mind, which derives a resentment, and it has to pull out. So it'll make you question things. But Joe's doing a good job of being present. So I just want to point that out.
I got a question. When I get my first awakening, when I was 18, is it kind of weird because you got the heart chakra, but the nerve here, so everything is expands over here. My stomach. I don't know how do you do the unconscious. So the emotion, my emotional is turned 380 degrees. In positive emotions. It's like a new birth.
You're experiencing a lot of high emotions.
Yes. So like some babies it's like if a baby is 9 months and you cut the string off. So, So I'm feeling every day. It's like it's a new birth is coming. I must invest 10 years for this abundance mindset.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think you have to do 10 years, man. I mean, what you're going through right now, I think you're going through your awakening, man, because these things you're experiencing, like heightened emotion, being in the present, these are all new to you, right?
Yes.
So you have to kind of just like coax yourself into it. It's like when the mind and the body's entering like new dimension, new experience, you're going to get a lot of weird stuff happening in your life. Weird body sensation, feelings, even sickness and all this stuff.
Yes,
it's a part of the body tuning or changing in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, man. So I'll come on the podcast. I'll see you again.
I will go to the park. Sorry for my English. My English is naturally better physically than with the phone. It's a bit crazy. But
okay.
But one more question. What I see lightly is the numbers. Every day when I put the app on, Mark, I see 11, 6, 9, 20, 26, and then the bonus number. Wow. Every time, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's the same. When I clock in, clock out with work, everything is aligned. It's only one moment. It's only one structure moment. When I work to the service office, I see the same people, the same. They think in their mind that they do other stuff day by day, but the future is not exist. The past is not. It's only now. It can go now. Serious, Mark. Serious.
Yeah, man. So look, the number you're seeing, are those your numbers you're playing?
Yes, it's not my numbers I'm playing. It's my intuition that sees. It's like telepathy. It's like a visionary. I see it on the mobile phone, and then I pick it up. And maybe I daydream, and I can put some numbers together, and then I've been the lottery. So I want to do it.
All right, let me process that, because what you could be doing is you're probably seeing energy and communicating through numbers. I've seen that before.
Yes.
Where someone could just see more numbers than like physical signs. So yeah, come on a podcast, man, and we'll I'll let you know when I process that. But I mean that's a great sign though.
It's crazy. Billionaire abundance is crazy. It's crazy. Everything is water. Everything is free to go. You got the world on your back. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
All right, look, I gotta go, man. So we'll see you again.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Disconnect so I'll get somebody else in.
Okay, thank you. Love you, Mark.
All right, love you. Take care.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Let's see.
Let me see. Sorry. Let me see how you get it off.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got disconnect.
Hi, Mark.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. What's going on?
Nothing much, and I'm very uncomfortable space, but grateful for the moment, grateful for the journey, and you for being a part of my journey. You know, I've
You're welcome.
been light, and it's just a wonderful, different space for me, and it's very new, but at the same time, the past year just transitioned so much and
Uh-huh.
grown and evolved and connected, and just meditations and Kundalini awakening, just so much stuff that I could talk about, but just very, very absolutely grateful for life in this moment, but not reflecting, it's coming. But no, I haven't won the lottery yet, but it's coming. But yeah,
You're glowing. You're glowing though. You're glowing. It's there. It's coming.
it's
You're
coming.
glowing.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You're glowing.
Yes. But just grateful I caught you, so I just, hit it.
Have any questions?
No, I don't. Just gratefulness, just appreciation.
Oh, just to connect?
I'm
Oh, that's
starting
nice.
my YouTube. Like I'm just implementing everything. Like absolutely.
Mm.
So you want to do like an interview, a collaboration, or guest on my podcast?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, just shoot me a message on my DM, Instagram,
Perfect. I will.
and I'll get you on.
Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you
Okay.
soon.
All right. Love and light.
All right. Love and light. That's good. It's good to see you guys coming in. This is good stuff here. We can do some lives like this every now and then. This is awesome.
Yes. All right. Sorry about that.
Hey, you're back, man.
Yes. I was
Hey, hey, you were lagging, man. Your internet was lagging for a minute, man. Is it is it a little better?
as long as I don't touch the phone. I just literally got back from the internet company, and they said they would fix it tomorrow.
Hey, can you go show us the pictures on the wall you had there? Because it was freezing there when we were looking at them.
I'll bring it in here because I don't want it to freeze it again.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Bring it in. Bring it in. Yeah. Nice.
All right.
So, guys, he used to work 9 to 5, right? But now he's making more money and he's doing his own thing, and that's because he's plugged into his authentic self. Remember that part of you I told you that exists, that if you only can connect to it, it can bring you stuff. So this is what we're talking about.
All right. So this isn't actually. I'm gonna be honest with you. This isn't actually 500,000. But since
You're right.
I Photoshop it, so I was like, I'll make it easier for my subconscious, and I'll just write that on there. I can make it look pretty legit. So
Yeah.
I've actually, the first time I actually did it, I just was like, I'll give it a shot. And, everybody's a little skeptical about capable of doing it. And I give it a shot. I scripted what I would do. And the next morning I did exactly what I scripted. I was like, holy crap, this actually works.
Yeah. Of course.
You have to trust yourself, of course. And it's a lot to it. It's not just that simple at first, but
Yeah.
I kept gradually watching your videos, and I was a painter in the booth, and so I had 10-hour. For the 10-hour shifts, I would watch your videos, or listen to your videos. Let me rephrase that because I couldn't watch it when I was painting, but
Yeah.
so I kept applying it, and then I started winning more, and then all of a sudden I would play the $30 tickets, and I was winning. There was a time where I would win every single day, and I feel I'm in that period right now because I'm getting all the free tickets now, and I was literally 200, 500, etc. over and over and over, like every single day, literally. Every time I picked up a ticket, I got to the point where I knew that I was gonna win.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So you're at the stretch run, man. That's called the stretch run. It's like the way to the home run. Whenever you get to that point, it means you're clicking on all cylinders. You're aligned. Now, think about this now.
Yes.
When you do lottery, guys, okay, people say, well, it's a game of odds and luck. Look, when you can deliberately every day buy a ticket and win every time, that's not luck.
No.
That's deliberate creation. So when you're in that mode, you're connected fully with your authentic self, and it's going to lead you to where you want it, to your desires. That also helps your ego to believe and solidify, like, whoa, it is possible, because, I mean, how can you, I have another student like that, and he's, every time he is like, every ticket is a winner. He's like, if it's a percentage in sports, he's shooting like 99%.
Right. Hey, I actually, let me tell you a little trippy story. One of yours. I actually,
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the accident for the second time. I woke up one morning, fell asleep. I usually do my subliminals. So I did the subliminals, laid in bed for a second because I was going to do my little meditation or my visualization. I fell back to sleep while I was visualizing. I had a dream of the ticket I had a dream of an actual ticket. I woke up, bought that ticket, and won on it immediately. And and the time before that, I had a meditation, and the ticket number popped up in my head, and I did the meditation, and it told me get number 12, and it told me exact ticket. I went in there and asked them what number the ticket, what ticket that number, or what number the ticket was on. They told me it was number 12, and I was like, what? Number 12? I knew it was a winner. I was like, dude, this is a winner. I know it. Scratch it, winner immediately. I'm sold now. Like I totally believe in this stuff. Like there's no way. All of that's all the time. Like the vehicles come in front of me and the 777s, 888s and stuff. We see 77. I play Call of Duty Mobile. All I see is people on my team. They have their names are 777 every single day now. 77.
That means miracles are on the way to you, man. So look, I mean, down the line now, you're gonna message me, and there's something big's gonna happen. So I'll be prepared. A big one.
Yeah.
That's how this stuff always works. It goes just in that order, just like that. Then boom, the
Remember,
big one comes in.
Mark, remember when that your coworker's wife had that she had that dream about for the numbers for you
Yeah, yeah.
here. She had the dream. She had a dream also, and then I won immediately.
See, listen. Thanks so much for your experience, but I'm short on time. We'll pick up again.
Most definitely. Hey, thank you for answering. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Adios.
Let's see here. Oh, this is my see if you can disconnect so I can get my other thanks. Guys, so this is great. So yeah, this will be posted. Oh, speaking of the man, there he is. This is the guy I was telling you about. That's my student here that every single day, this guy is like winning, man.
What's going on,
Like,
man? What's going on, bro?
hey, you tell me, man, like, wow, 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 wow.
Oh, the man, the master
I
manifest.
call you the manifesting machine.
Yeah.
All right, guys, look. So listen, guys, this is Gervais. So Gervais is really, really good at winning the lottery using his mind, like scratch off. This guy's better than me, and I taught this guy. So he's beyond me now. So, uh every scratch ticket this guy gets, and he only gets one, they're all winners. He lives in the state of Texas. You know how big Texas is? And every single ticket this guy buys is a winner. Think about that. That defies the odds. And how does he do it? He plugs in to his authentic self. There it is. See?
I just scratched this one from Missouri.
Missouri. Look at that. By the way, he owns his own trucking company, guys. He has like a fleet of 5 trucks he runs and does. So he does his own thing. So he travels and he's always winning. Now, tell us, man. So what our viewers here, because I'm going to upload this on YouTube, what could you advise them on plugging into their authentic self? What was it that turned you on? And like, what was it where the light went off?
Um, it was just at first, it was fascinating to me, just watching you just always win. So I just started surrounding myself, watching material about the lottery, just constantly just visualizing, just seeing me win, going to the lottery office, seeing the lottery scratch offs that I play here in Texas, and just seeing like a random number, like a 8 winning number, and just seeing that number, me scratching it, scratching $1,000 or $500, whatever, just playing around with it and just actually just making it a game. It became fun. At first it was like, oh, I gotta win, but then it actually just became fun to me. So I just started just playing as fun, and that's when it just started just winning. Then all of a sudden I just started expecting to win. Like it was just like I get a ticket and I just automatically know I would be a winner. And boom. And then that just started just setting in and just like, okay, there's something else going on here. So
Yeah. I agree, man. The secret, guys. You know what he said, and this is what I was saying to you guys before. I said, you have to approach life as a game of like a fun game. You can't approach life as this big serious thing, because remember, to your subconscious mind, guys, it doesn't see life the way the ego sees life. It sees life just the way you see it. If you program your mind to see things as fun and easy, your life will be fun and easy. If you program your mind to see things as serious and difficult, your life will be serious and difficult, because in the unconscious mind, there's no filter to logicalize what it picks up. That's what your ego is for. Your ego is the logic. The subconscious is the illogic.
Yep.
So if you want to change your life, change your program in the subconscious, and then your higher self sends floods information in, and you start to create.
Yeah, and just like those subliminals, I listen to subliminals every night. I never miss a beat.
Yeah.
Never miss a beat. You gotta put you together a routine, that works for you,
Mm-hmm.
and never, go astray from it. Whatever you got going on, like that becomes your lifestyle. That's the lifestyle.
Right. Exactly. That's the lifestyle, man. I love the way you said that, man. And it's the fact that you expect it. And that's what I talk about, guys. I said, look, you gotta live in expectation. You don't have to live in like how I'm gonna get it, but you just have to expect you're going to get it. That's all it is. If you expect it, it's gonna build confidence, and that confidence is gonna create the faith and the trust in the process, and then things open up for you and to create what you want.
Yep. And I think when that light really just went off in my head, it was that time when I won that $1,000 in Pennsylvania. Like after that,
Uh-huh.
it was like, okay, yeah, it's definitely beyond all the
Right.
that people say. It's something going on here, and that's when that light went off. Like, okay, we got something.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody here's comment says, Dahuda Sam says he's at the heightened part of being aware. Yes, he's definitely, yeah, Gervais at another level of, I mean, we've done a lot of work, man. You know that, man, for the past year or something. So, yeah, he's definitely, guys, he's definitely at a different level of awareness. Trust me, he's a different level of awareness right now. And you guys can get there too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's like a job. You gotta put the work in.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of the things that we see every day about manifestation, law of attraction, we think it's like overnight, but like no, you have to really get serious about it, and don't give up.
right, man. So I have someone here, Natsuma says, to get you on the podcast. So yeah, we're gonna get. I talked about you. We're gonna get you back on this week, but next week,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So we can recap, because there's some trippy stuff that we can't get into. I don't have the time right now, but you got a lot of stories that I want to share with our audience, man. And it will be very insightful that the stuff he went through and how he kept it together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Stay tuned.
stay tuned, guys. So that not this week, but next week. So we'll get that, man.
Yeah.
All right, Gervais.
All right, brother.
I'll talk to you, man. Short for time. All right.
All right, bro. Take care.
Take care.
All right.
All right. All right, guys. So that's pretty much the time I have for today. But you know what? This is a great format. I should do more of these where you guys. So at least once a week, I'll get on the Instagram chat, and then I welcome you to join in live, and we talk, and you get questions answered, and I'll upload this to the YouTube channel. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you again.